Hi, I'm Anne. 14 years ago, I was told my chances of survival were slim. I've been living well ever since, but this is actually the first time I'm telling the story publicly. Let me tell you why it took me 14 years to say that out loud. My name is Anne Dimkpaann, if you're meeting me for the first time. I spent 20 years in corporate world, in procurement, contracting, catering operations department for a leading energy company. And I also hold an MBA. Today, I teach teachers online through WhatsApp classes. I help teachers grow where they are without quitting their jobs. And I show them how to become standout teachers, administrators, and leaders using AI. I've written 3 books to help teachers do exactly that. I also run professional development courses for health, safety, and HR professionals. But teachers are where my heart is and where most of my work happens. I call this work being a teacher AI coach. But before all of that, there's a story I've never told publicly, not until today. I didn't hide this story completely though. My family knew, my close friends knew, my church knew. I talked about it in small circles with people I trusted. What I never did was say it out loud to everyone in public. And here is why. When I was diagnosed, the picture the doctors painted was bleak. I was told my chances was slim. For a long time, I carried a quiet fear that if I stood up and told the world I survived, and then the illness came back, I worried it would look as if I lied, like I had promised something I couldn't keep. There was also something harder to admit. I thought I had made peace with that shame that comes with that illnesses like this, the stigma, the way people look at you differently once they know. But if I'm honest, some of that fear never left. Coming out publicly meant I couldn't control how people would see me anymore. That was very hard for me. And underneath all of it was a quieter question: who would want to hear my story? I told myself it wasn't important enough to share, that there were other survivors with bigger stories, better stories, more reasons to be listened to. 14 years is a long time to sit on these thoughts. But here is what changed. I realized that waiting for the fear to disappear completely was never going to work. And I realized that someone out there needs to hear that you can survive a bleak diagnosis, carry the fear all these years, and still choose one day to speak. This is me speaking. This channel sits on 4 things I care about. First, my story. I'll walk you through my diagnosis, my treatment, and how I rebuilt my life after. I'm not a medical professional, so I won't give you medical advice. I will share what I went through, and you talk to your doctor about your own care. Secondly, faith. My faith carried me through the hardest part of treatment and through the 14 years of quiet fear. I will share that honestly without pressure. Third, healthy living on a budget. I'll show you how I eat well, rest well, take care of my body without spending money I don't have. And fourth, building income from home. I'll share how I coach teachers and other professionals using AI and how work that fits your health is possible to build. If you're carrying a story you haven't told anyone yet, out of fear or shame, or because you think no one will want to listen, I want you to know something. Your story doesn't need to be perfect or finished to matter. Mine isn't. It still isn't. Yet I'm still telling it anyway. New videos come out every Friday. Next week I'll be sharing the full story, the diagnosis, the fight, how I rebuilt my life after. You don't want to miss that. Subscribe so it shows up for you. And if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. Thank you for being here and for letting me finally say this out loud. I'll see you next Friday.